following delightful and informative presentation will educate viewers on two closely related rhetorical devices, chiasmus and antimetabole, while highlighting the difference between the two. Chiasmus is a rhetorical device in which two or more clauses are balanced against each other by the reversal of their structures / meanings in order to produce an artistic effect or provide emphasis. In simpler terms, chiasmus occurs when a clause is inversely repeated. Aside from being inverse, a sentence using chiasmus must carry opposite meanings in each of its clauses. Some examples of chiastic sentences include: the value of marriage is not that adults produce children, but that children produce adults. Don't sweat the petty things and don't pet the sweaty things. I don't entertain other people's ideas. Their ideas entertain me.
Antimetabole is a rhetorical device in which a phrase is repeated in reverse order to contrast the meaning while preserving word choice, rhythm, and grammatical structure. The juxtaposition of the meaning between the two clauses, the phrase, and its inverse occurs through the opposite meaning that must be present in an antimetabole. For example, Mae West's catchphrase, "It's not the men in my life, it's the life in my men," is considered antimetabole, since the word's grammatical structure and rhythm of the first clause are repeated inversely in the second clause to create opposite meaning. Other examples include, "I go where I please, and I please where I go. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail."
So what's the difference between chiasmus and antimetabole? In the same way that all squares are rectangles, but not all rectangles are squares, any sentence or phrase using antimetabole is a chiasmus, but not all chiastic sentences or phrases can be considered an example of antimetabole. Both rhetorical devices involve two clauses in which the second is the reverse of the first. But in order for the sentence or phrase to be considered an antimetabole, the same words must be repeated in the first and second clauses, with an exact logical and grammatical inversion between the two clauses. Chiasmus does not have this requirement and is simply the reversal of the first clause.
A trick for remembering the difference between the two terms involves hints hidden within the words themselves. Chiasmus, the broader of the two terms, has a similar sound and appearance to the word chasm. Chasms are large and vast, just like the number of sentences that can fall under chiasmus. Antimetabole, the more specific and rigid of the two terms, begins with the prefix anti. Anti implies rejection or opposition, which is fitting since fewer sentences will receive acceptance under this term's metaphorical umbrella.